that is administrative, which is a short-term stay to give another court, an appellate court, time to consider the merits of a bigger issue. In this case, whether to stay the case, block Judge McConnell's TROs, keep the $3 billion trapped for the duration of the appeal. Now, this is going to start all over again in December if the shutdown continues. Right now, we don't have a government. 10% of flights are grounded. Next week, 20% of flights are grounded. And 30% after that. We don't have a functional government right now under Donald Trump. But we have people who are entitled to survive and have a social safety net. And so that was her thinking, because she noted in the First Circuit Court of Appeals decision from 6:07 last night that they are going to consider whether to grant the greater stay. Now, let me fast forward. They're not going to grant that. The First Circuit is not going to stop and block Judge McConnell's temporary restraining order requiring the remaining $3 billion to be paid for people in need who are hungry. They're going to deny that. Then Trump's got a choice. And since he did not ask for in his filing, which we will put up in Substack, he did not ask for in his filing an emergency shadow docket appeal. He asked for a stay. That's all he asked for. He asked for a stay, Trump did, of the administrative stay to give the First Circuit time to rule. And then ultimately a stay, but he's not there asking for it yet. It's premature. Ketanji Brown Jackson, recognizing that, gave him the 24 to 48 hour stay on the last $3 billion, likely knowing that the $5 billion's already gone out, so at least money has flowed. The First Circuit's likely to rule against Donald Trump. He then has a choice. Trump, he either tries to file another emergency appeal or he doesn't. And since he's flip-flopped all over the place over the last week, I'm paying the money, I'm not paying the money, which were all cited by the judges, she's not sure which way he's going to go. He may, as he has in the past, walk away from this issue, not file a emergency appeal that would be considered by the 9 justices of the Supreme Court, and then she has nothing else to rule upon because he'll pay the $3 billion. She's obviously mindful that he paid 5 out of the $8 billion when he said he wasn't going to. So that's why she did it. She's an institutionalist. She recognizes that if she had blocked it, it would have accelerated and forced Donald Trump to do something, like file an emergency appeal, and she may not have the votes on the Supreme Court to hold them back, to hold back the MAGA right. But right now, she can get the first to make a ruling, let Donald Trump take the next move on the chessboard. Of course, there's human beings that are suffering in the meantime, but in her mind, I'm sure she thinks they got, so far the court system got them 5 out of $8 billion. Let's see if we can maneuver Trump into paying out the remaining 3. And there's a lot of political pressure on Trump right now, which she also recognizes, because his trolling of the poor, his exploitation of the poor is not, and those below the poverty line and elderly and veterans and children is not going well politically for him. The split screen, who would have thought the split screen of him building during a shutdown or any time golden ballrooms in the place of the East Wing and having a let him eat cake moment with a Great Gatsby Halloween party and then going to Miami for some mega donor conference to raise money for the Trump family has backfired on him as people go hungry in America. So she's playing, a multi-level chess game here with the goal of getting people to get the funding they need to eat. So that's my explanation of what went on with Ketanji Brown Jackson. I'm glad you're here on Saturday.